Glacius, Demented Shaman, and Deadwood. So there you go, pretty much all caught up right there. Riser, what stands out to you so far with these
Well, I
picks?
think Bassett is really prioritizing his bands based around the pushing power of the Hellborn line. Of course,
Yeah.
Ophelia Warbeast by itself is already enough to really bring down some towers quickly, but you see the Master of Arms, which you don't want to allow Ophelia Master of Arms, Keeper of the Forest with his push, and Demented Shaman even as well. So that kind of stood out to me a little. In terms of the picks, this is pretty standard xCet. There's a couple of carries they really like to run. We saw I played against even Dampier yesterday, which I was kind of surprised they didn't pick up this game. But I also like to run Soul Sieve, Gemini, and then of course one of the heroes I just picked up is actually Silhouette, which is another one as well.
Yeah.
So pretty standard. Pestilence probably going to be seen as that their middle kind of stunner who it's becoming more and more popular. Still not convinced that it's really fantastic in the middle lane.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was talking about the push power and maybe the grouping up power, and then IG go ahead and picked up Soul Reaper, so I think that fits pretty nicely into their lineup so far.
Well, yeah, so with that said, I mean, something that stands out to me about Excellent's lineup, first off, it seems like they like this Pestilence Silhouette combination. Obviously, a lot of physical presence with that Swarm debuff and Silhouette's damage output in general. The creep clearing, though, potential over here so far isn't the greatest. I mean, Engineer sure is solid, but other than him, it's not like there's any standout abilities that are really good for that. And you got Ophelia and Warbeast over here. You talked about the Soul Reaper on top of that for the push potential. So that so far is what's standing out to me as far as Team Excellent. Maybe a little bit worrisome when it comes down to it, but obviously they got the final pick here, going to be coming up, and I think they still need their Suicide even. So we'll see what they go with
A creep
here.
clear, like you said,
Bubbles.
would be
Yep,
good. Yeah, bubbles. He's right clicking.
that makes sense.
Makes sense for sure. So yeah, they definitely need some form of counter push because if you look at Hellborn's lineup, I mean, the identity even of their draft is pretty apparent. They're going to
Yeah.
group up fairly early on, want to get some core items up, and then with the Warbeast buff and the Ophelia minions, coupled with the Soul Reaper heal as well,
Hmm.
it's going to be pretty fearsome for the Legion team's building. So yeah, Silhouette is another hero I talked about before who needs a lot of time to build up. I feel like needs a few items to really be able to truly participate in the fight. So a lot of it's going to come to the early game. If XI can get a good start, hopefully they'll be able to stave off the Hellborn team push. But if not, if they lose the laning phase, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what it comes down to with that said. But the Hellborn team, again, that is a dangerous lineup. The Ophelia Warbeast alone, I mean, it is a deadly combination. You throw a Soul Reaper on there. Looking pretty strong. So we'll see how the laning phase starts off here with that said. It looks like with the final pick of Luna, by the way, of course, in the hands of Sender. Going to be playing that support of Luna. I don't think either side is going to do anything too. I mean, there always is potential, both Ophelia and Parasite, to kind of go that aggressive tri-lane, but do you expect either side to do that, or is it probably just going to be more the standard setup here, you think?
I'd be surprised if it was anything but the standard setup for either team. I don't foresee the aggressive tri lane being that powerful. I mean, Warbeast can already get so much farm in the long lane. I mean, there certainly is the capability, like you said, with Ophelia,
Hmm.
Pebbles, maybe a Luna, something like that. But going up against a Parasite can certainly um, damper the success of that. See, Parasite, if you look at his items, these are usually what the items you would go for if you were simply just going to farm in your own jungle. So looking at that, yeah, it doesn't look like xCet is going to choose to do anything too crazy. Bubbles actually has already picked up a mana battery, so
Hmm.
that's kind of an interesting choice. I don't know if he's going to sell that or it's a misclick or if he has some kind of plan with that. But yeah, in the end, would be surprised to see anything but pretty standard lanes. Like I was listening to just one of Mone's casters today, and I think this game is definitely going to be pretty important. How well the middle lane does. I mean, they both have aggressive gankers who can gank the middle lane. I think it's going to be easier for Ophelia to gank with that Pebbles stun being a much better initiator than the Pestilence one, especially at low levels. So,
Yeah.
as usual, we've got to watch the middle lane carefully to see who comes out on top. I want to give the edge to the Hellborn team in terms of how middle lane should go, but as I talk about sometimes as well, a lot of it does come down to play. So we'll see how well either team's fare in the middle lane.
Well, and it's also the jungle factor, too. I mean, obviously, both sides have that good jungle hero for assisting in that middle lane with the Ophelia here on the Hellborn side, and can obviously Parasite over here on the Legion side. So, yeah, that middle lane, definitely going to be a big presence here in this game and perhaps kind of be that lead towards how things may end up in the long run. But for now, waiting for Team Excellent to go ahead and give the go. So be able to resume on here. Again, both these teams getting to this point. The Ultimate Series this time around, it had definitely quality teams such as these two, but a lot of some of the bigger name teams like Team USA, I think Team SR even, Stay Green, they weren't actually in this event. Decided to pass up on it this time around. What do you think about, I am sure you've heard the announcement by now, but the Sound Blaster Heroes League being announced. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, it's going to be great. Last year, it was fantastic. So having an online tournament with a very significant prize pool, you got to be pretty pleased with that. And then it'll be more content, of course, for everyone, I suppose, to cover. So I'm pretty pumped. I kind of had heard that maybe Sound Blaster wasn't terribly interested in Han anymore, but apparently not. So yeah, that was definitely something I think I can say for almost all competitors. They're very happy to see.
Relieved to even see that, yeah. Yeah, so that was definitely a good announcement to be had, I think, for today, and kind of a refreshment, you could say, of like, okay, things are still good. Things are still good. It's not just Han Tour, which obviously is a big event in itself, but yeah, having the other events on the side too is always a great thing.
Ricky, I get so bored in the weekdays. What do I do?
I know, right? What happens during the weekdays?
I don't know. I just sit here.
Now you have something to keep yourself occupied with. That's good. All right, so as far as the lanes go, again, adjusting into that. Neither side doing anything too crafty here from the beginning of the game. Neither side even going to place aggressive ward of sights even, just more so. How about that ward of sight, actually? Sender placing a ward of sight here in the middle lane.
Yeah, it's for Parasite, I think, exclusively. See
Yep.
the Parasite game coming. So I think they both kind of maybe even agree with me that middle lane is going to be very important. They both have two, like I said, very aggressive junglers, so... God, oh, okay, that's a ward of revelation placed by Xenia. Was there like a ward there that he countered? I wasn't watching.
I don't think there was. Yeah, Bubble still has another ward on him, so yeah,
Yeah,
there
he
definitely
placed
wasn't.
one. So. Maybe a guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he figures he's not going to use his wards. Well, good thing he saved one because Bassett actually just blocked one of his camps. That's usually the pretty standard spot for people to block that ward. Whenever that's camp is blocked, that's usually my go-to like counter spot. So. I would expect Insania to deward that whenever he figures out that it is blocked. But Orbeast, as you can see, doing his Orbeast thing. I expect him to pull these to the Ancients. Yep, there they are. They just spawned. So this is kind of a new strategy people are starting to employ, is that you can basically farm the Ancients and the creep wave if you do it properly, and it's a ton of gold. I think it's actually an issue that's been brought up on the competitors' forums about being maybe even a little too powerful, because if you watch... Yeah. If he gets all the last hits, which is not the easiest thing in the world, he's going to be pretty freaking farmed. So even though it's a 1v1, this is probably more beneficial for him. Of course, Silhouette will get free farm, but hell, Silhouette's going to own Warbeast anyway. So it's definitely a very powerful tool. I've seen a lot of people starting to use this more and more.
Yeah, no, this is, it's good to bring up. I mean, Xibe is showing how it's done right here. I think he's gotten every last... Oh, he missed the Dragon Master. That's unfortunate.
That's a big one.
Yep, that's the most gold right there, of course, so... Not as efficient as he could have been, but in the end, he cleans it up for the most part. So, yeah, kind of a. Yeah, I could see how that might be a little bit too powerful, even.
Right, it's just because the creeps do so much extra damage to neutrals now.
Yeah.
So, I think even if you get everything, I believe you get level 3 in about. I even want to say probably even close to 300 gold per minute. So,
yeah,
really powerful tool. I'm not sure how long I expect to see that around. Much longer. I think it's a little overpowered, but we'll see. The Ancients are dead now. I don't know if he killed it too early, but looks like he is going to go to the lane, which is kind of the downside of this, is that Silhouette is extremely farmed now. And it's going to be real tough for Warbeast in this bottom lane. But with his GPM, he's definitely doing pretty well, and Warbeast is definitely a hero that can recover.
Middle lane, Parasite coming in. That's what we're talking about. Nice stalagmites. The Impale Stun misses as a result of that too. Product 5 level, he did a mix of dodging stalagmites, but also the Impale Stun actually went through and didn't hit anybody, so the coordination not necessarily the best right there. And Aluna also was pretty far back when that initiation took place, so the gank from the Wild Hunter unsuccessful, and now look at Ophelia. It's like it's the Hellborn's team now, turn now. You could say Internet Gangster is going to try to capitalize here. Minotaur running in. The position not the greatest necessarily, but Pebbles is going up. Stalagmite's going to hit right there. Pew's in trouble on that Engineer. Minotaur's a nice Impale Stun just before, and then Keg Shot on top to prevent any death on him, so... He just stunned the Minotaur in time before I was able to stun himself. So both sides, Jungle's trying to be involved here.
Yeah, that was really good patience from Brodex. A lot of people might have panicked and just been like, stun the 2 heroes at least right away to prevent the kill. But the Minotaur being disabled was pretty much the key to that. gank not going successfully. So, yeah, well played both junglers trying to set up ganks, but in the end just didn't work. I mean, just not the best of lane positions for it. You know, if Pew had been even a little closer to the other side of the river, they probably wouldn't have been able to get that. So Ophelia would have gotten there a little earlier. But Ophelia, speaking of Ophelia, he might be going again, Breggy.
Yep. He's looking for that. You remember this ward of Rev here earlier, so they know that there's no vision around this area at least. Is trying to go this path. Initiation right there. Engineer in some trouble. The Minotaur gets stuck a little bit right there, and I think that's going to buy him enough time. Yep. The Minotaur got stuck behind Insania initially, and that more than likely made it so he wasn't able to actually chase him down. Speaking of chasing down, bottom lane, Silhouette's chasing down Warbeast, excuse me, right here. Does he have a grapple up? Not even necessary. Nox going to pick up the kill right there as Parasite comes in for the assistance. So, unfortunately, a missed gank attempt in the middle lane results also in a Warbeast being taken out the bottom side as Nox, the hero you do not want to give up the Bloodlust kill to, gets the Bloodlust kill. So, big start for Team Excellent here.
Yeah, that was great. There was an initiation in the middle lane as well. I believe Pebbles just barely escaped. Ophelia also tried to come in for another game. So, Infania, actually, if you want to check his items, he has gone for the early boot, so really trying to emphasize setting up kills in this middle lane, but so far been really unsuccessful. Fine, of course, is actually level 5 even, so despite that miss gank in the middle lane, he has recovered nicely, assisted with the kill onto Warbeast even, so his progression is definitely much better than Ophelia's right now. And this is the problem with Ophelia, you really get behind, you can't really farm that quickly unless you're really committed to it. But in the middle lane, here we go.
They're trying to take out Pebbles once again. Stalagmite's going to be used, though. Fuzi able to take the damage. Garson low on armor, though. Look at that chase continuing. The final auto attack's not going to be enough. The flight used by Pestilence, but with Ophelia coming in, he does not want to chase him down.
I don't know why he didn't. He could have killed Pestilence.
I feel like he could have, yeah. I feel like he could have. He backed up.
But here he goes. He's going back in and stun onto Luna with the double damage. I believe she will fall. And yeah, Pestilence is going to be fine. So, man, back and forth in this middle lane. It's actually been pretty entertaining to watch. So finally, someone will fall. So yeah, I think he could have gotten a kill on Pebbles, which they really would have liked, but he kind of, I don't know. I think he made the wrong decision by backing off. He could have simply just stunned. I mean, the stun range is pretty big, and then backed off and been fine. So bit of a misplay there, but in the end, they get the kill. So I think middle lane is going a little better for him. If you look at the creep score, it's pretty even. Top lane, yeah, I was watching this a little on Bubbles just getting annihilated in top lane.
Well, he almost got kind of killed, actually. The healing, and he was trying to ulti him, but Bubbles just went line of sight. Now he's chasing right here. He wants to ulti. Ulti heal will definitely get the kill. Bubbles shell surf away, and he will be fine. Yeah, very, very good chase happening, but Bass is just a little bit too quick on his feet and able to avoid death right there. But you're mentioning creep farm. 20-5 Pestilence against a 20-9 Pebble, so obviously in that sense, it is very back and forth right now, but of course Pestilence working off of that kill, or the assist I should say, has the slightly higher GPM, but even so it's actually still very, very close between the two, so neither side really getting too far ahead. Where it is standing out, Silhouette, 37-14 down here. Nox is 100%, of course, having free farm as expected. 400 gold per minute, and again, working off the Bloodlust kill even. So, big start. He's already got Steam Boots and Ring of the Teacher. I assume it's just going to be more of that natural build. Energizer into the Searing Light, seems like, especially for Nox. And just in general, and here, like, Silhouette is a very good build, so.
Yeah, I think he needs early game items this game to combat the aggressiveness from the Hellborn team. I don't think he can get much else. But here we go. He's going for a kill onto Warbeast, but he will back off. Probably could have gotten it, but it was a little risky. But yeah, speaking of creep farm, Soul Reaper is also dominating the top lane. 40-11 versus 17-4. And this isn't a lane I would be... I think Bubble should be doing a little better. I think the take cover is a really powerful tool against the Judgment spell, but Soul Reaper ultimately should win. So
yeah.
Bass's not doing too bad, but definitely control into Soul Reaper. Oh, he's just barely going to escape. So this middle lane is going back and forth, but here we go. Will they try to go for it? Pew was just simply not in range. Yeah. Oh, he's getting stuck in the creeps here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
This is embarrassing. Oh, he's going to be fine, though.
So, I mean, both short lanes are about the same, but Legion with definitely a pretty big gold advantage right now. Parasite top lane, Bricky, here we go.
Yep, wants to set something up right here. Soul Reaper Kenny, this will be a big kill indeed. Parasite with the leash coming out. There's the face hug. It is going to be enough for the kill. The Vulture Lord from Ophelia, not necessarily the best mini right there for holding it up, but actually going to turn a kill on to Bubbles right there. And now Parasite also in trouble. It's going to end up being a double tap for Insania when it's all said and done. So, I mean, they got a big hero kill on Soul Reaper. You think it's worth it in the end, though?
Yeah, I think it is simply
Okay.
because Ophelia got level 7 off that. He was previously level 5 and so far behind, but level 7 that quickly, he's going to have access to 3 creeps now. Got a ton of gold off that. I really think he needed that very badly. I think Soul Reaper is going to be fine in the end with that. Of course, his farm is a little nerfed, but Ophelia is very important in this lineup in terms of the pushing power. And with that level 7, I think he can do a lot of work
Hmm.
around the map now if he plays it well. So I think that was definitely a win in the end for IG.
Yeah. So the 2-for-1 exchange, and as you mentioned, the 3 minions going to be had here by Ophelia. Pebbles in the meantime trying to turn it on Pestilence. No, just simply stunning him to run away. And actually, it is going to buy enough time. Good coordinating between Aluna and Pebbles right there. As Pestilence had that fly activated, hell, he had a haste rune, so flat even not really doing anything right there for him other than, I guess, the phase effect, which is also good. But in the end, no kill to be had, so back to farming he goes. How is that one continuing to break down? 31 and 12 Pestilence, 35 and 10 Pebbles. So it continues to be a very back and forth there. But you look at this, Ophelia level 7 as you mentioned. He's got double Vagabond and a Vulture Lord aggressively pushing this top tower. Sword there as well, boxing out Bubbles here. No chance for a deny, and that's going to be an easy tower kill. So a good gold swing in favor of the Hellborn team, and just as you mentioned, Ophelia's impact definitely taking place from right away right there.
Yeah, it certainly is. And they have no plans to stop him. Of course, the kelp field is available. So, I mean, Legion can definitely defend this with perhaps a kelp field into some TPs. And of course, they did change the TPs to be longer. So we don't really see that, set up kind of spell
Yeah.
as frequently used just because of the TP change. But here we go. Engineer, oh, just gets a glimpse of his death even. But middle lane, wow, I missed that. Looks like he picked up a solo kill in Pestilence.
Yeah, I caught it. I pretty much caught it. I mean, it's just simply Pestilence threw out the swarm as I don't think he expected much to happen, but all of a sudden Stalagmites connected, and then Pebbles just ran up and finished him off. I mean, especially with those glowing red hands from the level 4 Battlecry now, Pebbles is hitting very, very hard. So got the kill. Bottom tower going down in favor of Silhouette, but the top lane, it's still happening. We do see right here, Parasite going to take over the Vagabond leader. He's going to port back Soul Reaper, but can Insania get away? No, he steals... Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, I was going to say he purrs it off, but no, it does not happen. Ophelia is still trying to run away. Not going to happen, though. And actually, Ophelia is going to end up being picked up, but they do get Soul Reaper sent back to base at least, so good job right there keeping Zergo alive. The tower is also out of deny range, so IG will have another chance to perhaps take it out. But Silhouette, man, you cannot forget about Nox. 435 gold per minute. He already has the Energizer, and another 1,400 gold saved up, so things still looking pretty good for Excellent there.
Yeah, Nox is probably one of the best farmers in the game. He's up there with Slicks. He's probably I would rate him in terms of farm mechanics. Him and Slicks are probably uncontested in terms of who can farm the fastest. And he's definitely a player you do not want to leave with too much freaking farm. And right now, like you just said, he has a lot. So that's just something for the Hellborn to be a little worried about. Of course, they do have their timing push, which I believe should be coming up fairly soon. They are missing a few core items. The Pebbles portal key seems to be pretty far off, and then of course you want the Ashley, but here we go in the middle lane.
Yeah, trying to jump Pebbles right here. Energy field going up. Turret's going to push him back as well. Pebbles will be finished off, and Aluna might have overstayed her boundaries a little bit. Impale's going to be coming up in 3 seconds right here. Soul Reaper, though, joins the party. It's going to be enough of a scare, or is it? Heal's coming out. Not going to be enough, though. Down goes Aluna. Ophelia's touch was used earlier. Not enough to save Aluna, though, but they're going to counter. Nuke onto Engineer right there from Ophelia, using that Ophelia's judgment, but not enough for the kill. And that's how it'll end. It'll most likely be a tower push, however, in favor of the Hellborn team at least, as they're going to group up and push it down right here. So they are going to get something out of it, but the hero kills in favor of Excellent right there. And Pestilence, he's got a lot of build-up items now working for him, so 270 gold per minute. Probably going to be Portal Key next in line. Silhouette was farming the bottom lane while that was happening as well. How was Soul Reaper coming along? Soul Reaper at 390 gold per minute, and this is actually pretty big too. They're going to steal the double stack Ancients here to actually get
They
some
have
more
vision
gold.
though, and it looks like they don't want to give it up without a fight.
Pestilence charging in with that flay. Yeah, they want to definitely fight this, and I don't know if they're going to be able to chase anyone down. Yeah, they're not going to be able to, so they got a majority of those Ancients killed before they were able to get them to retreat at least, so good job for IG. Pebbles.
Yeah, the gold definitely coming back towards some favor, but in the bottom lane, Pebbles going to initiate on Silhouette, but yeah, he'll be able to escape. He's with those build-up items, the Energizer and the Steam Boots, fairly tanky, so cannot die to just a Pebbles combo unless he is on anything but String Treads. So yeah, Nox still about 420 gold per minute. I'd expect his farm to take off pretty soon, especially if he can finish whatever item he's going for to boost it. Like you said, Searing Light, definitely an option. I think it's just fine this game. I mean, the Hellborn has a lot of push potential, but they're not really rolling yet. It's not nothing to be too concerned about. But okay, here we go. War Beast. He's being stalked right now by Pew.
Yeah. We see Fine here as well on Parasite trying to find an opening, but Engineer going to have to turn around because I don't think they're going to get it. I mean, Parasite is still here, but now you have Pebbles also nearby. Pebbles hunting himself, trying to find something. There's a Wild Hunter. Invis is going to be coming out. Was that Ophelia's heal? Yes, it was. I guess it was just on our minions right there. I don't think there's any other purpose of that, really. Just to keep her minions alive as she's farming the jungle right there. Speaking of that, also, she picks up her Astrolabe, so has that now on top of the Ring of Sorcery. Again, a good start there for Insania when it comes to his build.
Yeah, I'd like to see them make something happen now. I feel like their team fight is really good with the Astrolabe, with the Soul Reaper, and the Ophelia's Touch. So maybe Kongor would be pretty simple with the triple minion. It's something even Ophelia with some time can usually even solo. You probably need the ultimate though, but it's something they could definitely think about. Now, of course, would like the Pebbles Portal Key, so he is killing some triple stack Ancients, and I believe he'll be really close if he can get all these last hits. And then I'd really like to see them just go, maybe push bottom tower. They need to push out all the lanes before they push so they can't counter push. But top lane, more kills for the Legion team here.
Kelfield coming out. Pestilence charging with another haste, and Impale's going to be used a swarm on him. Obviously, a lot of amplified damage with those physicals. Nice core proc coming out right there. Sorper's tanky, though. He has a Sackstone. He has a Ring of Teacher. He has heals, but it's not enough in the end. They do get the kill. That was getting close, actually, to Zergo getting away right there. Again, he's tanky with the items. 11 armor on him, but obviously the swarm negating a good chunk of that, even at level 1. And in the end, they do pick it up. So, big kill onto Zergo there. But yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to get at of when do you start making something happen here for IG? But obviously that death right there is going to slow it down. They're probably even still waiting for the Abyssal Skull and Warbeast. But speaking of that, Parasite comes in, and Silhouette actually assists. Fine gets credit for the kill right there. They're starting to pick up for Team Excellent here. They're starting to move around quite a bit, and it's clearly causing issues for IG right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can keep coming back to it. I really think they have the Portal Key on Pebbles, and they just keep getting picked off by all these heroes on the Legion team, and I would be surprised if they didn't just group up and push, because as it's going right now, they're just finding so many free kills around the map, and excuse me, it's just starting to get a little out of control. By the way, Lightbrand was picked up by Nox, so I can definitely agree with that. Just how the way the game is going, he need to rush any team fight items. He can just continue to farm because there's not really a whole lot of momentum for the Hellborn team. Sure, they've taken out 2 towers, but with this lineup, I think they would have liked to take out even more, and even Kongor. So I feel like they're starting to fall behind a little now. Not that Soul Reaper and Warbeast can definitely do work in the late game, and I mean, I don't think they necessarily will just straight out lose late game, but I still think the Hellborn team is going to be, or excuse me, the Legion team even will be better off in the late game, because I expect Silhouette to just probably start out farming almost everyone. I think Soul Reaper just has too many deaths. He's still got 375 GPM. He's still farming really well. 100 creep kills is fantastic, but I think as the game progresses a little with the Hellborn strategy, they're going to start to get weaker.
Yeah. I mean, Pestilence with that Porta Key, always a big, big part as far as looking good here for the Legion team. So he's going to be having that here shortly. As you talked about, Codex on Parasite, yeah. Some nice item pickups here across the board. Fine, looks like just needed a quick AFK right here before we resume. Silhouette, though, with that light brand, of course, the Searing Light, again, as seems like that is really, especially just on Silhouette especially, it's that go-to, the Energizer into the Searing Light. Plays off very, very well for him and amping that farm. Again, Noxious, I know I've talked about it a bit, but continues to just be impressive with that GPM. I was even checking for the Ultimate Series here tournament. They got 6 matches and averaging 530 gold per minute here in this Ultimate Series even. So upwards of getting up there, at least for this game yet again. He's going to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, like I talked about, he has fantastic farming mechanics. He's just kind of notorious for playing the team fights a little poorly. I mean, maybe he gets overconfident because he is so freaking farmed. I mean, I would even compare him to Slicks and some of the other fantastic carry plays in terms of how well he farms. We've seen what he can do with that free farm on Dampier. It seems like 700 GPM is pretty much the staple for free farming Dampier, especially when Nox is playing in. I think Haxer and even yesterday was going bonkers. So it's just sometimes in team fights he makes these big mistakes. And when you're a carry player, making those big mistakes can often lead to, just a loss. I mean, it really hinges on you very, very much. So I remember I was talking, I don't remember who I was talking to, but someone said Knox is not a battler, he's a farmer. So uh, in some respects, not to flame the guy, but he's really, really good. But sometimes he just makes these mistakes that can end up costing his team a lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously there is more to carrying than just simply farming, beating the items, and then right-clicking. I mean, you got to be smart in those team fights, so as far as staying alive. But again, the Team Excellent, as a team, they have been having some good success. Obviously this last cycle, even in the winter bracket finals now. Again, finishing third place previous cycle for Haunter, and here they are in the finals of this event. So IG, though, also a team that's, we even talked about it a little bit on the podcast. They kind of seem like they're a team that there's a lot of hype around them. They got big-name players, but as far as their success goes, I mean, they haven't had the biggest results, honestly, for the most part. The Honcast Invitational, they did get runner-up in that, so that was a big result for them. But Bubbles, in the meantime, at the top lane, no, he's not going to get away. He tried to port out right there, but Fuzi ended up finding him, using the Chuck to finish him off. So looks like Fuzi using that portal key even initially to get the damage on him. Pestilence, in the meantime, falling back as look at this pain train coming here. You got the triple Minotaur, the Hellhounds are out. Battlecry level 4 being spammed. This is going to be a lot of damage happening quickly. In fact, you see it right away. The tower's already at half-life. It's going to be dead here in just a couple of seconds even. Nothing Excellent can do about that, so.
Yeah, that was a big kill on Bubbles because he was going to get this top tower if pretty freely. While the Hellborn team was grouped up. So really good job by Fuzi. It's kind of an important aspect that a lot of people don't realize is when you're going to group and push as 5, a lot of times you really need to make sure that your lanes are already pushed out because it's pretty simple for even just one hero to take out a tower with the lane pushed as fast as you can take out a tower with 5 heroes. Now, of course, maybe not as fast as what we just saw, but in general, you usually really want to make sure that your lanes are pushed out before you group as 5 because it can leave you vulnerable on the other sides of the map. So that's why that kill on the Bubbles was so important because now he is resuming this kind of, they call it the rat dodo push, which is the split push strategy top. So I believe this is good, definitely good from Bassett's because I think he'll be able to take this tower if not defended. But you were talking about the pain train breaking and it's already made its way to the bottom lane. So I'd like to see them continue to do this. They're actually going to defend top, which is a really good choice. They don't want to give any tower. 2 people defending top. And Will Bassett's fall again. Oh, the shell surf.
He just shell surfed.
Oh, wait, no, he didn't. He didn't see them. I could have sworn he saw them. Now he doesn't have shell surf, and yeah, he's dead.
No, Kelfield. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is he actually going to live? Bubbles. Bubbles making an escape right here. He has a shell surf now up. He's going to use it. No! What? Okay. He's in the pit. Bubbles finds him. Oh, no. Bassett's. He was so close to actually getting away right there. Pestilence trying to counter, though. He will get the kill onto Luna, so at least they get something for that. Pebbles kind of stuck here on the neutrals. That was funky, man. I mean.
I've never seen anyone jump in that spot.
Yeah. It's kind of almost a panic. Quick port. I feel like he could have just let it even go the full way and almost had a better chance of getting away, but he tried to.
As soon as he found him there, that was pretty
good guess.
Overflowing game sense, as B-Kid likes to say. So, yeah, nice kill from IG. They did get the bottom tower as well, so their lineup is now starting to shine. I think Kongor is definitely a pretty attractive option, especially since the kelp field was used. 30 seconds even. They can kill Kongor really fast, so it'd be good for them to take advantage of that, but they are kind of wasting a little bit of time just kind of posturing, and yeah, here we go. So with the battle cry and all the auto attacks, they can take this out extremely fast, and the Legion has to pretty much react to this almost now if they want to defend. So they are coming around, and it looks like we could have a big team fight. Bruin, Hellborn team kind of starting to back out a little. Kongor, this could be a big team fight.
Yeah, well, here we go. The initiation on Engineer. Getting the energy field off. Barely survives. There's the energy field. He falls shortly after, but getting the energy field off is huge. Tablet command on a Pebbles right there is going to be fine for now. Bubbles in the background. Cannot kill field him, though. He hits Soul Raper, but not much more he's going to be able to do with that. So far, Engineer is the only one dead. But with him dead, that might open up a free Kongor now to finish it off. The Legion team, they don't want to give it up, but actually Silhouette going to jump up here. Silhouette though in the front lines, gets bursted down. Nox not sure what he was thinking. Pestilence also gets combat. He jumps in, gets a Minotaur stun, dies shortly after. Fine takes over one of the Minotaurs, but now he's in a horrible spot. Team Excellent just not making the best decisions there. Kind of going in 1-by-1 almost, and it's absolutely going to be a Kongor kill now. I don't know about that.
I mean, this is kind of just playing into IG's hands. This is what they want. They want to fight them 5v5 right now. I mean, they have the lineup to do it. I mean, not to say that Excellent can't win a team fight, but perhaps they could. But yeah, that was definitely a disaster. Misplays all over the place. I would have preferred them to just simply continue to farm, get this top tower finally, if possible, and just kind of ignore them. I don't think the token is sure. It's pretty annoying, but it's not. When you come to these like heavy push lineups, a lot of times the token isn't really that big a deal. Now, of course, the fight was a big deal, so if they could have avoided that and gotten some more resources around the map, they would have been better off. But unfortunately, the golden experience heavily swings to the Hellborn side, and it looks like Warby's gonna be taking some pressure here, but I don't really think Nox can kill him, or can he?
I mean, the Luna's right here.
Ult up. Luna's AFK.
Oh my god.
Luna's AFK. I think he went to go to the bathroom.
I mean, he didn't want to give him a double tap, if anything, but I think it might have just been best to just kind of get the focus off Silhouette to get off of Warbeast right there. But yeah, Silhouette just simply chased down Warbeast. Warbeast had his ulti, I believe, too, that whole time.
It was down.
Was it? Okay,
yeah.
So that makes
it's
more
down
sense.
for like 10 seconds. Here we go, mid lane.
Yeah, middle lane, they're going to jump right here. Engineer gets bursted down as a demonic execution. That'll finish him off. Bubbles will shell surf away, but will it be enough? Oh, Pestilence coming in. Swarm is applied. Pebbles, though, not going to really phase him too much, and going to be fine. So, yeah, that was kind of an odd sequence right there with Warbeast just simply getting picked up. Good chase by Nox. Able to maintain that farm. I also actually want curious to get your opinion on this, as he does have even a plate mail now on Soul Reaper, but he actually chose to get the Tablet of Command finished instead of actually going for something more of a normal build, something like a Gnome's Wisdom. I mean, what do you think about that, of him choosing to pass that up?
Oh, it was the Courier. It has some items on it, but here we go. Nox in a little bit of trouble here, but the Stalagmites did miss. He does have a TP, so I think he can just almost freely TP. Oh, no. Yeah, he's dead.
Is he?
See you later.
Is he?
Yeah, he's dead.
Is he actually dead? Nox trying to make him get away. He's got that tree grapple. If he ports, it's like not going to happen. There's the Chuck. Yep.
So yeah, that was a very big kill. I think that just pretty much opens him up to push bottom, but Brodix 5 level doing a good job of pushing the top lane. Bassett's probably going to do as much as he can in middle, even Fine coming with the Minotaur 2 assists. So they're going to take out this top tower for sure, unless it is defended. But I would like to see maybe just one person port top and defend. Okay, actually, Warbeast is here, and they can freely take bottom tower. So we'll see who can get the deny or the kill here. And Pestilence does have the stun. Oh, that was a little bit of an early stun. Oh, but he still gets it.
Yeah. He has his flight still, so yeah, he's going to use it right there, but Metamorphosis response. Ooh, the Impale just out of range. I don't think it would have been a kill. Pestilence, yeah, he just wants to worry about getting away most likely at this point. However, the bottom lane, look at that training and continuing. Bottom tower easily destroyed. Pestilence going back on a Warbeast right here, and he actually has Bubbles. Bubbles, Kelfield comes out right as he goes out of Metamorphosis as well. Warbeast in a lot of trouble. Warbeast is going to be picked off in the end, so they do end up killing him. Warbeast not having the best of times, honestly, because he's finding himself in some difficult spots, but as a team, they do continue to get more tower kills. They also cleared out, they denied the middle tower right there. The Firebrand, the recipe is still here, by the way. The Firebrand and the Fleet Feet recipe are still here.
Oh, yeah.
After the Courier was killed earlier. So,
wonder if he even remembers.
oh, bottom lane, actually. Center gets picked up, but at what cost right here? Parasite in trouble. No, he gets the Minotaur taken over just before the next stomp comes out. And he's going to get away, but now Pebbles jumps into the party. He stuns both, gets killed Engineer right there. I don't even think he realized Engineer was there. He just simply wanted Parasite. Got a free kill. Skeleton King on a Parasite. He doesn't have Infest for 15 more seconds, but here comes Silhouette. Is at least going to scare them off, and actually you see Pebbles being ported right there. Back to base anyway, so that will be the end of that. Silhouette making her way over now to the Firebrand recipe. Can she actually get to it, though, is the question. I don't know if that
she can kill a tree with her tree grapple.
Yeah. Okay, you see right here. Okay, so he's going to kill that tree. Yep, got it. Okay. Oh, can he? Okay, in there.
Oh, and they can get that one.
Get, there you go. Awkward. Actually does get it in the end. It's kind of fun stuff right there. Actually even has now a portal key on top of that he just purchased, so.
Yeah, I like it, because you got to know the Hellborn team's push is coming, so having that portal key really is important for initiating and being able to follow up, especially with Pestilence. So it's going to be pretty easy for them to pick off some unsuspecting targets with the combination. But here we go, top lane.
Again.
Warbeast is in a lot of trouble.
Yep. Impale, maybe. Impale. No, he's not going to use it yet. Okay. not going to go for it. I kind of feel like they at least impaled right there, maybe, but choosing not to, and Warbeast will run away. He's still working on his own shrunken head. By the way, speaking of item pickups, look at Soul Reaper. I mean, I talked about that not going the Gnome's Wisdom earlier, so missing on a little bit more armor, perhaps, on top of just a nice kind of farming steroid it could be for him. But Tablet is nice, and then he also finishes a Frostfield Blade on top of that. So he's sitting at 30 armor with that Sacrificial Stone buff. As well as other team buffs. Now at the bottom lane, Engineer's going to be picked up, and at one cost right here. Pebble's going to end up falling most likely. The Fearless Touch was used. He goes down. Token alive, going to bring it back up, though. Silhouette, she sends in the illusion. She's actually in a scary spot right here. The illusion going back to base. She ports to it, but she takes the stun. Can they combo the ultimate from Soul Reaper? Yes, they can. Down goes Silhouette. Nox took a risk right there, and he gets picked off. He is not buying back either. This is going to easily be middle lane. Without Silhouette, I don't know if you're going to be able to fight this. Now, they do have a Shrunken Head on Pestilence, and he is, no, that's Bubbles actually jumping in right there. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this off without a lot of their damage missing on Silhouette.
Yeah, I don't really foresee it. They do have glyphs, so they use the glyph there at least by a little bit of time, but we've seen how much damage all the legions plus the battle cry can do, so they're just going to try and stall as much as possible. I mean, they do have the bubbles and the keg here. Going to do some decent counter pushing, but here we go, Hellborn team. Oh, here we go.
There we go, the jump on his Soul Reaper, but again, he's so damn tanky. However, not tanky enough. It looks like he's being Parasite, or as he stays alive, he will be finished off in the end, but at what cost? Parasite's already dead. Engineer is down as well. Parasite actually alive. He took over one of the minions right there, so he barely survives. But even with Soul Reaper dead, the tower will fall. Now, 10 seconds on Silhouette right here. I think they are going to hold them off in the end. I mean, the tower's lost. That sucks, but they do save the racks. And, yep, Internet Gangsters is going to fall back before... As they are they going to fall back? Oh, Fielding gets caught. Pestilence catches him. The swarm's applied to Aluna now. Aluna's also in trouble. Has a stun. Will it matter? Auto attack comes out. No gore proc, but it might not matter. He has an impale. No, the combo though from Pebbles. But now they might be in trouble. Bubbles jumps in. Will we see Pestilence go back in? No, he will not. But they still get the kill on Bubbles, or yes, he will. He goes on a Pebble. Swarm's applied. Silhouette joins the party. Pebbles will fall. What is going on? Team Excellent just chasing back Internet Gangsters all the way to their base. And they end up cleaning up 4 in the end. Wow.
That was just the power of Pestilence. I mean, look how fast he was. I believe he gets like almost haste when he has that fight activated with just Steam Boot. So just easy pickings, to be honest. I mean, what started that all was just having the swarm onto Ophelia, chasing him, and then they sent more beasts back. So that's just your cue to just go in. And they pick up, what, 3 or 4 kills there. So that was pretty disastrous for IG. Not only did they not get the racks, and the Legion team defended pretty much 4v5. They lose the token and a ton of hero kills. That was huge for the Legion team, and I think they got to be pretty comfortable right now. You saw how fast even the Courier getting sniped again by the Wolves. It's almost like Zubi is playing Scout instead of Warbeast. But yeah, you saw how fast Soul Reaper even dropped. Yeah. Even with how tanky he is, the Parasite, man, the damage is just so absurd. I should know since I'm the best.
Well, of course. And actually, I'm trying to double check on what level is Codex here. We'll have to wait to see. But
it's got to be at least 4.
There's the jump, by the way. Warbeast. There's that Codex. And yes, the easy kill coming out is the Codex level 4, as you said, Riser. So good guess right there. And the free kill on a Warbeast. They just keep hunting him down, it seems like. That is now going to be his 5th death of the game. So again, just keeps getting found out. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Soul Reaper, I thought, with the armor, he was going to be so tanky. He survived the initial initiation with Pestilence, but then all of a sudden Parasite jumped in, and all that magic burst really, really just dropped him and helped finish him off. So good pick off to start there, and then obviously able to roll off of that. So all of a sudden, Team Excellent seemed like IG was picking up a lot of momentum and was going to be scary, but well, they held it off, and now you have Silhouette once again. With her farm, another 1,800 gold saved up on Nox. It seems like he's kind of topped off almost around that 430 gold per minute so far. It's probably going to continue. It's probably going to start to increase now as the game picks up. But Soul Reaper right now is still tops in the game as far as GPM is concerned. And he does have 2,100 gold saved up. But speaking of Soul Reaper, I mean, what are you thinking? You think maybe something like a sheep stick here? It's probably his best bet.
Could be good. I feel like he's still not tanky enough. He only has about 1,500 health. And with just investment, that's a ton of damage coming out from just Parasite alone. So something to help his damage. But in the bottom lane, Pebble's going to get caught here.
Yep.
And will it be enough to kill him? There's a stun, but no. The dot from the Light Brand, or the Searing Light even, will take him out. So they're just finding pick after pick. And all this time, IG doesn't spin grouped up. They're just being punished for it very heavily, especially by Parasite. All these Wild Hunters, man, he's having a field day.
He might be saving a key. He's sitting on the level 4 Codex. He's probably just going to save it for a portal key here. And then eventually finishes that off after. But yeah, with the level 4 Codex, a portal key going to be coming out most likely. Soul's Bulwark just picked up by Pestilence, by the way. So that physical threat even getting bigger now here on the Legion side for them. So there's a lot of that coming out. I mean, you do have a barrier idol here on Ophelia, which is obviously still good against heroes like Parasite and Bubbles. And definitely even necessary, but do they have a Soul's Bulwark themselves? They don't yet. Yeah, Warby's still working on his own. So
yeah, Warbeast is really far behind. It's coming to hurt them. I think if they had a Bulwark, these fights would be a lot different. But now the Pestilence has one, it kind of just almost cancels each other out. So yeah, Warbeast really needs one. If they want to group up and push, they really need the support items. It's very important to have all of them. I mean, I kind of like the tablet on Soul Reaper, but I would almost like to see the items reversed, even Ophelia with the tablet, maybe Soul Reaper with the Barrier Idol, just to make him even tankier. We see how fast he drops from the Focus Fire.
True.
And I mean, maybe even a Storm Spirit on Ophelia would be even better, just to be able to save Soul Reaper, especially from that Parasite burst. If you can, time it well, you can pretty much nullify all of that. And then, of course, the Pestilence Swarm is great for singling out heroes to focus. So, yeah, I might disagree a little with the item choices on the Hellborn team, but they don't have a whole lot of access to resources because, quite frankly, if they're alone, they're in danger of being picked off by all these heroes. So,
yeah.
Even with all the Kongor kill and all the tower kills, they don't have all the items that they would want to just take a 5v5 team fight up into the base. But here we go. This could be a fight.
Oh, I was going to say, Pestilence finding himself in a tough spot. Pebbles actually will jump it in, but at what cost right here? Bubbles comes in with the kill field. Here we go with the follow-up. Ophelia's here as well. Bubbles shows every way. Pestilence still on the run with that flight. Warby's chasing down Bubbles. The auto attack isn't going to be enough. He's going to take cover right there, but I think it should be enough in the end. Yep, easy kill into him. So a good pick off there coming out by Internet Gangsters. You see Silhouette, though. Counter pushing the bottom lane. Pebbles going to try to make him pay right here. No ultimate to be had by Silhouette. Oh, she does. Never mind. Can she port out? Oh, she will die. The Grimoire of Power doing the damage, enough of it to finish off Nox right there. He did not port in time. I mean, he was locked down for most of that. Yeah, that is big.
Just respawned, and they're just going to pretty much take this.
No buyback either.
Yeah, no buyback and for free. They're even going to get the top tower to just creep. So that was a big misplay from Nox. Look how fast this Kong dies. It's already dead. I don't even know if they could defend it with Nox up at the speed. They can freaking kill it with all the minions and the Warcry. But yeah, that was a huge turn of events. Really nice silence by Bassets, at least, to save Pestilence. But because the Soul Reaper would have easily finished him off. And it was really well timed by Bassets. But unfortunately, he does pay for it with his death. So this is a huge swing for IG. They're going to march down the middle lane. 30 seconds on Silhouette. And IG has to be feeling pretty confident about this push. Bulwark even picked up by Warbeast now. So we're going to see what the hell the Legion can do to stop this. Nice start with the counter push from Bubbles, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's the Barrier Idol, and this is going to thwart a lot of their progress. I expect this Rax to be dead pretty shortly here. The Rune, it's about Rune or Glyph, I think it's the Rune, will come out at least, but I mean, not much else you can do. You can just watch on.
Yep, there's the melee racks. The range rack's gonna fall. So again, you look back. Oh, maybe not the range racks, but anyways, you look back. I mean, Pebbles showing his damage output, man. He's had the Grimoire for a little bit here. We didn't even really talk about that earlier on, but obviously he can do plenty of damage. Just simply caught Nox off guard, and it seemed like he could have even ported out even a little bit earlier, but he kind of wanted to toy with him a little bit right there. And it was just simply a little too late as far as porting out. So all of a sudden that death happens. You have a Kongor kill. The racks being destroyed as a result of all that. Momentum picking up big time here for Internet Gangsters, but it's Team Excellent. They can still make a solid response, and it starts with this. Look at going for the pick on a Pebbles right here. Pestilence with the jump initially. Bubbles with a follow-up. Will they have enough? Not going to be able to get away right there, and yeah, Parasite even assisting as well to finish him off. So a good kill on Pebbles. He does have buyback, so if they want to make a push themselves right here, they will need to think about that and keep it in mind.
This tower's pretty low. They're going to have to decide right now if they want to buy back, and I think he would have bought back by now if they're going to. Nobody really coming, so yeah, looks like they're just heading back to defend the base and Nox. Oh, that's his illusion. Okay, just sending his illusion back, so at least try and force the buyback here. There's not a whole lot of initiation unless Pebbles is alive, so it wouldn't be that hard to simply force him to buy back and then just simply retreat. So I think that's going to be their plan here. Going to try and kill these Minotaurs even. Wow, all of them.
There you go.
Going to fall. So yeah, I expect them to try and force the buyback here and then run. We'll see if that's their plan.
25 seconds still.
Engineer coming up for the hit on the tower.
He's like, 9 guys, I got this.
Yeah, so yeah, you see Zibby, they kind of know the ploy. They're not going to TP back, and yeah, that push was pretty easily fended off. So big kill. Didn't force the buyback, but At least they get something out of it. And you know what? If Swindle was here, he'd be so mad because I just realized the Nox still does not have a vestment. So,
Mm,
we're getting to that stage where a vestment is a 500 gold item and you're the carry with, 460 GPM. Sometimes you don't have
yeah.
room, but whew, he would have lived if he had a vestment against that Pebbles.
I mean, that's what. Yeah, it's true. As far as the broom aspect, obviously, he is pretty full right now. So, I mean, you could say just get rid of the homecoming so don't get it, but that's risky in itself. So, I guess you maybe even value selling the Energizer to pick up a Mystic Vestments is honestly I mean, there is some good mat from Pebbles to Soul Reaper. There is plenty of it. Sure, Warbeast is going to start being more of that physical threat now, but yeah, I don't know. You're right though. He doesn't have a Mystic Vestments, and
It's just not a whole lot of. I mean, he is definitely constricted by his items. I think Shrunken Head might be in order, but yeah, he's just upgrading his Shield Breaker right now. I mean, he's going to do plenty of damage. It synergizes really well with Pestilence, but he's going to have to play these team fights next to perfectly because I think he's going to be a pretty viable target. I mean, once he gets sheeped and comboed by Pebbles, he's just dead, I think.
Yeah.
So he has to play these team fights almost perfectly, cannot get caught out even once, and he's going to go for a kill on the Warbeast, but ooh. He'll barely escape. If Soul Reaper had been there half a second earlier and Tab would have to sheep him, that could have been disastrous. So risky play, but he's silhouette, so we'll back off pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, Pestilence is still actually farming quite well, almost 400 GPM, so he's got about 2,500 more gold saved up. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't do anything but expect to go for that Demonic. It's going to synergize really well with almost all of his team, so would expect to see that. In terms of other item pickups, looks like Pebbles has finished his Shrunken. Yeah, he needed that really bad. He kept getting caught out by the bubbles especially, so pretty standard there. Zibby looks like he's working on a Demonic Breastplate of his own, and yeah, Soiper actually went ahead and finished the sheep, so he needs to be careful too. He's got the token. They have 2 minutes on the token. I'd be surprised if they farmed it out. I feel like they want to make something happen, so we see a couple of them going up the top, but it's going to be a bit of a trek to the base if they want to go push. So we'll have to see how IG decides to use this token. I think it'd be a bit of a shame to just completely waste it.
Yeah, the 3 of them up here, like you said, but they are kind of split off. Warbeast and Luna not there with them. Can't really get them that quickly, so are we actually going to see a push? It looks like they are intending to do so. I mean, about a minute 40 now remaining on that token. You've talked about the big item pickups, and including now, I think Demonic Breastplate would even just finished. Yeah, Demonic and a full Storm Spear for Ophelia. So big items coming here for the Hellborn team.
For sure.
Yeah, it's working out pretty well. So Bubbles and Silhouette trying to be a distraction a little bit here at the bottom side. I definitely think we said earlier, though, Silhouette selling the Energizer to buy a Shrunken Head, I think is almost necessary here, honestly, for her at this rate, but we'll see if what it comes down to as far as her next item pickup. Speaking of that, Demonic Breastplate just finished on Pestilence, so really good. He's able to finish off going to this fight. There we go. Pestilence jumps in. Soul Reaper going to be the focus. Fire Soul Reaper dropping quickly. He will fall, but the token alive going to bring it back up. Pebbles in the background. Soul Reaper back up. Energy field is down though. Sun's him right away. Impale's not going to be used. There's a Storm Spirit onto him. Warbeast in the front guns. He's going to get picked off. Silhouette sitting in the background doing plenty of damage. She is still alive, and she will start to chase now. Soul Reaper being jumped on. Pebbles with that counter though. Engineer dropping. Pestilence goes down as well. Bubbles going to fall, and just like that, 3 players dead. Pebbles now dropping low himself, but so is Silhouette. Silhouette goes down. She has buyback. Will she buyback immediately? Hat trick coming out right there for Fuzi in the process. No buybacks just yet. They are going to thwart them off, it looks like, so that's probably why. Ophelia and Aluna on the run, though. Bubbles is chasing. He doesn't have a kill field. He has Hellflower, though. Aluna's being bursted. Down he goes. There's a face hug onto Ophelia as well. Coming out from Parasite right there. The chase continues. Shell Surf connects. The port. No, he's not going to port, actually. And Storm Spirit on a Parasite. Can he actually get away right now? I think he might. It's going to be close. No, he will not. Bassett finishes him off. And a double tap coming out right there. So, crazy fight. I mean, buybacks. Bubbles was the only one to use a buyback right there in the end.
Yeah, I honestly think that went pretty well for the Legion team, to be honest. They didn't really even lose their tower, and they were fighting against a token. So, man, that fight went... I was a little surprised that it was a fantastic engineer ult. Actually, Pew being able to get that off in pretty much the midst of the entire fight was really important because Fuzi hit a 3-man combo, including on Silhouette. Hit Silhouette, Parasite, and I believe... I want to say engineer, but yeah, it was a fantastic initiation by Fuzi, but just because of the engineer ult, there wasn't the best follow-up. So, good choice by Nox as well to not buy back there. It looked like the Rax could have been in a little bit of trouble, but they certainly were not because Parasite and Bubbles actually ended up cleaning up almost everyone. So, yeah, Really well played by Excellent. You know, you just kind of saw when the fight began. Pestilence blinked in, got the swarm onto Soul Reaper, popped the shrunken head, and there wasn't a whole lot the Hellborn team could really do to him at that point. He was almost invulnerable. Of course, they do have the physical damage from Warbeast. Speaking of Warbeast, just picked up a double damage, but just could not bring Pestilence really down for quite a while. So he got off almost all of his spells, did a ton of damage. It looks like they're setting up Alliance ganks on the top, but there's some people nearby. This could backfire pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it is. They're going to jump Sword for East Tank, though. Here comes Pebbles, jumps out of Bubbles. Pestilence realizes it quickly. This might not have been the best of moves. Bubbles says, I'm out of here. Uses the sheep stick right there on the Pestilence, so Pestilence being locked down. The redstone coming out, and Prodex 5 level will fall as a result. So, yeah, it was tempting to go for a kill into Soul Reaper right there, but as we saw on the mini-map, there was support nearby, and sure enough, it pays off for our Hellborn team. Does Pestilence have a buyback? No, he does not. He is down for 60 seconds here. No buyback. Another prime time for the Hellborn team to push in. Now, you know, we said this with the last time as far as when they pushed in, but this time, I mean, with Pestilence being dead, that's a big part of their initiation. So this
he's absolutely huge. Nox did just go all in and buy the Shrunken Head, so no buyback here. He needs to be careful not to get opened on now. I don't know if they're really sure if Pestilence has a buyback or not. Looks like they're pretty confident he doesn't, because they're going to charge in here pretty freely, and we're going to see what Excellent can do to combat this.
Melee Rex dropping. Do you jump in? Pebble says, I'm tired of waiting. He goes in the background. Parasite and Silhouette. Going to be jump. Energy field is down back to Silhouette in the front lines, but he is by himself. He needs support back. He does just that. The energy field going to end up dropping right there. Melee Rex goes down, and IG has got what they came for. Will they fall back now? Barrier idle going to be used right there. Pestilence is up in 10 seconds. I think if you're IG, you just fall back. I mean, why risk it? You got what you came for, and that looks like it's what they're going to do. Port back from Warbeast right there, and the rest are also going to be fine. So yeah, they got the Melee Rex. Not much that the Legion team was going to be able to do there, as Pestilence even jumping in first. It actually jumps back in right here. Engineer, kind of a straggler behind. Was just going to go push out the creep wave, but he gets picked off, so.
Yeah, that's just how costly one mistake can be this stage in the game against a lineup with this much pushing power. Even during the fight, it seemed like they just killed the racks anyway. So yeah, that top gank backfired very heavily, even forced the buyback onto Parasite as well. So Kongor is up though, and I think at this point xCet is like, we just have to take a fight at Kong. If we don't get it, it's probably going to be the game. So 2 racks down, but they're not completely out of it. Remember, they do have Silhouette. He does have that Shrunken now, so that's going to free him up to do a lot more damage in these team fights, especially with the Pestilence Swarm that amplifies his damage significantly. So yeah, we'll have to see if xCet can manage to bring this back. Now, yeah, they're definitely very aware of Kongor, and Pestilence even charging him very aggressively. They're going to catch Warbeast, but I don't think they have enough to kill him with just these two. Nope, they actually Bassett's even just going to TP back out. So when they see Bassett's, if he's going to farm the creep wave, it's probably going to be their cue to start Kongor. They might just start it anyway. Yep, they're just going to go.
I mean, he just uses Kelp Field too, so he just used it on Warbeast, so they know that's down. That's a big ability, of course.
Look how fast this dies.
Yeah, it's a huge Kongor killing team. You see Pestilence sending in the illusion. It's going to quickly be destroyed. This is going to happen. If they fully commit, it looks like they are. Yeah, IG's going to easily be able to take it out. Now, we see xCet's coming in. Will they actually port in? There goes Kongor. It is destroyed, so now fallback. Pestilence jumps in on a sorry, bursted right off the bat. So they still have plenty of burst damage, clearly. Pebbles jumps in with a new Axe the Malphite of his, who meanwhile Warbeast now chasing down Silhouette. The Impale's done from Pestilence. They're going to be nullified, though, by the Shrunken Head. Silhouette, though, still trying to hold her ground. She's going for the auto attacks. Nice energy field right there. Decent placement. Insania getting pushed through. He has bananas, though. Will he even use it right here? It looks like he is going to be fine for now. Well, meanwhile, over here to the side of Warbeast chasing down still. Silhouette looks like he's going to port a key away. Will be fine. Sheepstick on a Pestilence. The demonic execution to finish him off. So Soul Reaper's back, baby. And that works out beautifully for IG. Bubbles also goes down. They will finish off Warbeast. Does Engineer right there, but he's going to come back up with a token of life use. And down falls Engineer. So a hat trick for Zergo. Beautiful buyback by him. Sure, the token of life was destroyed, but what are the buybacks looking like on the Legion side? No one has a buyback. Bubbles, Pestilence, or Engineer. That could be it. We'll see if they're able to capitalize here.
Yeah, I think it could be. That was just... I mean, they had a fantastic fight in the initiation for the Legion. They instantly killed Soul Reaper, but it's pretty simple for him to just buy back and get back to the fight pretty quickly, especially on the Hellborn side. The time getting there is pretty minimized. So Hellborn team not going to wait, just going to go all in. Actually, they're waiting for the creep wave, but this should be a pretty easy racks. We got Bubble still about 15 seconds now, 25 on Pestilence. So Nox Can you do it alone?
No, I don't think he can. To answer your question straight up, no, I don't think he can. He will need that support. You see the tree drop right there. Pestilence gonna, or excuse me, Parasite gonna be jumped right there. Fine getting into Sheepstick. He will fall shortly after. Frostfield Plate going out. Tower is already destroyed. Look at Engineer just drop. He got the energy field off. Now they're trying to turn on the Pebbles, but again, the Axe of the Malphite doing pretty good right here. 4 Pebbles, making it pretty tanky. Silhouette chasing. Storm Spear onto him, though. And now Silhouette dropping. She has the illusion. Will she have an important time? Yes, she will. She stays alive for now, but Warbeast is chasing in the background. You see Pestilence diving in. He's got the shrunken head up. He is chasing down Ophelia right here, but Ophelia gets chucked away, actually, by Pebbles. And now Pestilence, he's the one on the run. He takes a Sheepstick. Pestilence is going to fall right there. And do we even have Mega Creeps at this rate? Yeah, we do have Mega Creeps at this point. GG's being called. It looks like Internet Gangsters. They're going to take the first game here in this best of 3 against Team Excellent. The Ultimate Series Pyromancer Finals. Hell of a fight by them, looking strong. And again, definitely had back and forth in that game quite a bit. But as it comes down to a lot of times, especially against the push lineup like you stressed right there, they capitalize on those mistakes that you're going to make. Pestilence had a couple of those. We had Nox at the bottom lane that one time. Got caught up by Pebbles with no buyback. Were definitely some key moments in that game. So, well played by IG, deserving of a victory there. Do you think the draft timing had a lot to do with it too, or was it just really just play in the end?
I think they got a little outdrafted. I feel like Silhouette's impact in that game was pretty minimal. I mean, like I said, it's hero they like to run, but certainly didn't have the impact as I've seen on some of their other carry heroes throughout the game. So just great play by IG for sure. Some unfortunate mistakes for Excellent. I think that top lane when they went for that kill, that was really when things got a little out of control for them. But yeah, I kind of agree. Ophelia, Warbeast, and Pebbles are some really premier heroes, especially the combination of Ophelia and Warbeast. It's kind of like Master of Arms Ophelia. It's just like something you simply do not want to give away. So in terms of the drafts, it's not like Excellent was completely out of it, but I'd say IG had an advantage.
They had a strong draft, no doubt in that.
Sure.
Pebbles, Fuzi, 17, 5, and 8. That's what he finished, by the way, as far as hero kill stats. So yeah, had a big game there when it came to the hero kills, especially from Fuzi playing that Pebbles. So with that said, it's always going to take a break here, ladies and gentlemen, but we got game number 2 going to be coming.